Hi everyone, it's Darla from Crafty Yarn Owl. Welcome. Now for this 2-weight shawl, I used a self-striping cotton cake mill ends. I got these at Hirschner's. You get 2 in a bag. They might be a Yarn Art or a Hobie brand. I think they still have some left. They were a pretty good price. It's a 2-weight. Now they could be, because they have no labels on them, they could be 100% cotton, 96 cotton, 4 metallic, or 55 cotton, 45 acrylic, or 53 cotton, 43 acrylic, 4 metallic. They come in approximately 225 gram cake, and you get 2 in a package. I used 1 cake for this shawl. So approximately 875 yards or 800 meters in 1 cake. I'll give you the size of this shawl in a second. And I used a 3.5 millimeter hook. And this is what I had left. The wingspan of the 2-weight one is 48 inches, but 122 centimeters. From the top to the tip. Top to the tip is 29 inches or about 74 centimeters. All right, this one, I did the actual tutorial in this yarn. This is a 4-weight, so you can make your shawl a 2-weight, 3-weight, 4-weight, 1-weight, whatever you like. So this did not have a ball band. This was gifted to me, and these are beautiful colors. If you know what yarn this is, let us know in the comments. All right, so I had this much left, and then I color controlled, so I had, you know, some more of it left. But I'll give you a size in a second here. Oh, there's an end. I used, this is actually a 5 millimeter. I actually wish I would have went up to a 6, maybe even a 7, I wonder, because it would make it more drapey. This one's a lot smaller. So wingspan is 26 inches or 66 centimeters, and from the top to the tip is 16 inches or 41 centimeters. I'm just weighing the shawl here. It's 143 grams of a 4-weight. This one can be used just to, you know, tie around the back of your neck and keep your neck at the front and your chest warm. I used 1 stitch marker just to mark my row if I got up and I went and did something else, just so my, you know, my row wouldn't pull out when I picked it up. That's all I used 1 stitch marker for. And then of course, darning needle to sew in our ends, and scissors to cut our yarn. All right, let's make this shawl. I'm doing the tutorial in a bit of a thicker yarn. It'll be easier to handle on camera rather than that skinny little 2-weight. I'm not sure what yarn this is. There was no label. All right, I'm using a 5 millimeter hook with this. So the first thing we're going to do is make a magic ring, or you could use the chain 4 method. All right, so we're going to be putting 5 double crochets into this ring. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then chain 2, and then make another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we have 5 double crochet, chain 2, and 5 double crochets. Now just close off our circle. Then I'm going to chain 1, going to turn our work around, and then I'm going to put 3 double crochets right into that very first stitch. One, 2, 3. Okay, then I'm going to put a double crochet in each of these 4 double crochets. One in there, one in the next, one in the next, one in the next. Okay, so that was 4. 3 in the first stitch, and then 1 in each of those 4. And then we're going to go to chain 2, and we're going to put 2 double crochets. It's 1, 2, and then we'll chain 2, and then we'll make 2 more double crochets in that chain 2 space. That is the point of our shawl. Okay, now we're going to put 1 double crochet into each of the next 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the very last stitch. We're going to put 3 double crochets into that one, and we're always going to put 3 double crochets into the last stitch of every round, and also when we turn and start the next row, we'll put 3 double crochets in that first stitch also. Okay. Okay, I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to turn. And then in that very first stitch, we make our 3 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're going to skip 1 stitch, go into the next one with a double crochet. And then we're going to go back into that that stitch we skipped with a double crochet. So what we've done here is made an X. Okay, skip the next stitch, which is over here. Go into the one after that with a double crochet. Go back into the skipped one with a double crochet. Skip the next stitch, which is right here. Go in the next one with a double crochet. Go back into that one we skipped with a double crochet. Okay, now we have 3 X's. We have the 3 double crochets at the beginning, and then we have 3 X's. You'll have 2 double crochets left. Skip the next one. Go in the one after with a double crochet. And then go back into that skipped one with a double crochet. All right, so now we have a total of 4 X's. Okay, and then we're going to go into our chain 2 space at the bottom here with 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets. That's what we'll always be putting into the point. Okay, now we're going to skip the next stitch. We want to mirror what's over here. So skip that next stitch, go in the next one with a double crochet. Go back into that one we skipped with a double crochet. Skip the next one, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go back into the one that we skipped with a double crochet. We're just setting up our rows right now. We haven't gotten to the repeat yet. All right, so skip the next stitch, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet. Skip the next stitch, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet. So we had 4 X's on the other side and we have 4 X's on this side. Okay, so in that last stitch we'll be putting 3 double crochets like we always do at the end of the row and the beginning of the rows. So 3 double crochets in that final stitch. Okay. Okay, then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. In that very first stitch, we'll put our 3 double crochets. We are now on round 4. Okay, now this row is going to consist of X's as well. Okay, so we'll skip the next stitch, go in the one after with a double crochet, go back into that one we skipped with a double crochet, and now here's our X's. It's our first X there. So it'll be easy. We don't have to really think about, oh, skip this one, go in that one. We can just look and see our X. So we want to start over here, put a double crochet, and then just go back into the first double crochet, and then make your X. Go in the next one, make your X. And if you want to think about it this way, skip the first one, go in the next one with a double crochet, and then go back into the one we skipped with a double crochet. Okay, so the next one, skip the first double crochet, go in the next one with a double crochet, and then go back into the one we skipped with a double crochet. We have 2 stitches left. Skip one, go in the next with a double crochet, go back into the one we skipped with a double crochet. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 X's. Okay, the row before we had 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're going to go in that chain 2 space and put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So that's 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side where we'll put our X's. Okay, we have these 2 stitches, 2 double crochets here. We'll skip 1, go in the next one with a double crochet. And then we're going to go back into the one we skipped and put a double crochet in there. There's our next X. Skip the first double crochet of that X, go into the next double crochet of that X and make a double crochet, and then go back into the double crochet we skipped and put a double crochet. And continue that along. Okay, at the end we have 3 stitches left. Skip 1, go in the next with a double crochet. Go into that one we skipped with a double crochet. And then in the very end stitch, as always, put 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to go on to the repeat rows. They're very easy. We just completed row 4. We'll be repeating the next 4 rows, which are rows 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'll go through the repeat rows 2 times with you. So we'll chain 1 and turn our work. And then we're going to put 3 double crochets in our very first stitch, like we do all the time. And now we're going to put a double crochet into all of the stitches all the way to our chain 2. Okay, just a double crochet in each stitch. Okay, not counting those 3 at the very beginning we have 16 double crochets, and then we're at the chain 2 space. So in there we'll put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, now we're going to do the same as what we did on the other side. We're going to put a double crochet into each stitch all the way along, and then 3 double crochets in that last stitch. Okay, again we have 16 double crochets, not counting the ones in our chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And in the last stitch, put 3 double crochets. Okay, chain 1 and turn. We just completed row 5, which is the first of our repeat rows. Now for row 6. In the first stitch, put 3 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3. Over here is the front of our work. This is the back of our work. Okay, so now around every double crochet all the way to the chain 2 space, we're going to make a front post double crochet. All right, so go around that post, go around the back of it, and just make a double crochet. Go around it, make a double crochet. And I'll show you what it's doing on the other side, on the right side of our work in a second here. Okay, go behind the post, double crochet. Go behind the post, double crochet. Behind the post, double crochet. So what's happening over here is we're making this textured ridge. That's what this is right here in the original shawl. Okay, so keep doing that till we get to the chain 2. Okay, we've done our front post double crochets all the way down to our chain 2 space. So now in that chain 2, we're going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Okay, now we're going to put our front post double crochets on the other side. So we're going to go right around our first double crochet with a front post double crochet, do the next one and every one up until we get to that last stitch. Okay, still doing the front post double crochets. And there's our very last stitch. Just going to tip it to find the 2 loops to go under. And then put our 3 double crochets in there. Just our 3 regular double crochets. We've just completed row 6. And chain 1 and turn. Here's our shawl so far. Now for row 7, which is the 3rd row of our 4-row repeat. So that would be this row where we have these X's. Okay, so in the first stitch, like always, we're going to put 3 double crochets. Okay, then we're going to skip the next double crochet and go into the one after that with a double crochet. And then we're going to go back into the one we skipped with a double crochet. Okay, skip the next one, go in the next one with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet. Skip the next one, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet, and that's just what we're going to be repeating until we get to the very last stitch. Okay, skip the next one, go in the next one with a double crochet. Go into that skipped one with a double crochet. There's our little X's. All right, we've made our X's all the way up to the chain 2 space, where we'll put our 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, just like we've been doing all along. As 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, now skip the very next double crochet, go in the next one with a double crochet. And then we'll go into that one we skipped with a double crochet. Okay, skip the next one, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet, just like we did on the other side. Okay, one more time. Skip the next one, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go in the one we skipped with a double crochet. Okay, then I'm going to meet you at the very end stitch. Okay, I'm at the end of that X row, and then we'll put 3 double crochets in that very last stitch. And then we'll chain 1 and turn. Now this row is going to be the same as the one we just did. This is row 8, which is the 4th row of the 4-row repeat. Okay, put 3 double crochets in the very first stitch. Okay, skip the next stitch, go in the one after with a double crochet. Go in the skipped one with a double crochet. Skip the next one, go in the one after with a double crochet. You can see this is our X we're working into. Okay, skip one, go in the next one with a double crochet, go back in the one you skipped with a double crochet. Okay, skip one, go in the next stitch with a double crochet, and then go into the skipped one with a double crochet. Oh, I'll see you at the chain 2 space at the bottom. All right, I've worked my X's all the way down to the chain 2 space, where we put our 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, now I'm going to come up the other side with our X's. So skip one, go in the next stitch with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet. Skip the next one, the next stitch, go in the next one with a double crochet. Go into your skipped one with a double crochet. Skip the next one, go in the next one with a double crochet. Go into the one we skipped with a double crochet. And I'll see you at the very last stitch. Okay, I've done all the X's, and now we're going to put 3 double crochets in that very end stitch. So 1, 2, 3. Now we've completed our 4-row repeat. Now let me just chain 1 and turn and show you what we've done. We've done a row of double crochet, done a row of double crochets, and then we've done a row of front post double crochets, which make this nice ridge on the front of our shawl. And then we've done 2 rows of X's. Isn't that pretty? So now I'm going to do that repeat again of those 4 rows. Just to show you, make sure you got it. So, yep, 3 double crochets in the first stitch. Okay, then we're going to simply put a double crochet into every stitch. This is the first row of the 4-row repeats that I'm showing you again. So double crochet in every stitch all the way to the chain 2 space. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, still working on the first row of the 4-row repeats. That's our double crochet row. And at the chain 2 space, we'll put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, now in every stitch on this side, put 1 double crochet in each one. All the way up to that very last stitch, and I'll see you there. Okay, I'm right up to the last stitch of that first row repeat that we're repeating. So put 3 double crochets in that last stitch, like you do at the end and beginning of every row. Okay, 3 double crochets. And then we'll chain 1 and turn. And now this is where we do the 3 double crochets in the first stitch, like always. But then this row is where we do the front post double crochets into those simple double crochet stitches. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so we have our first double crochet, and we'll put a front post double crochet around it to get our little ridge on the other side, on the front side. Okay, okay, front post double crochet, front post double crochet, making our little ridge. So I'll meet you at the chain 2 space. Now I've finished that one side of the front post double crochets, and I'm at my chain 2. So put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the chain 2. And then we'll go up the other side of our shawl with the front post double crochets around every stitch. Okay, I'll see you at the end of this row. The front post double crochet row is done. We just have that last stitch to put the 3 double crochets into. Okay, that's 1, 2, oops, get in there, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to go on, well, chain 1 first, and then we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to go on to row 3 of the 4-row repeat. So in that very first stitch, we'll put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we have our first double crochet here. We're going to skip, go in the next one. We're going to make our X's. Okay, so put a double crochet and then go back into the one we skipped with a double crochet. And skip the next stitch, go in the next one with a double crochet. And go in the one we skipped with a double crochet. Skip one, go in the next with a double crochet. Go in the skipped one with a double crochet. So work your X's all the way along, even into the last 2 double crochets before the chain 2. In the chain 2, put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then you go over to your next 2 stitches, skip the first one, put a double crochet in the next, go back in the one you skipped with a double crochet. You do it all the way across, make all your X's all the way to that very last stitch on the end where you'll put 3 double crochets. All right, so I'll see you there. Now I'm at the end of the 3rd row of our 4-row repeat. I put the 3 double crochets into the very last stitch, and we'll chain 1, and let's go on to repeating the 4th row. So 3 double crochets in the very first stitch. Oops. And then we're going to make our row of X's again. All right, so skip the first stitch, go in the second one with a double crochet, go back into the one we skipped, put a double crochet, skip the next one, go in the one after with a double crochet, and then go back in the one we skipped with a double crochet. And just make all your X's all the way around. And when you finished your X's in your last 2 double crochets, in your chain 2 space, make your 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Start your X's again all the way to the end of the row, where in that last stitch you'll put your 3 double crochets. And then you can start again making your row of double crochets, and then your row of front post double crochets, and then your 2 rows of X's. Continue repeating those 4 rows, and I'll see you very soon. And then you're going to repeat the first 2 rows of your 4-row repeat with the double crochet row and then the front post double crochet row, because what we're doing is we're framing our X stitches between this textured stitch. Okay, you can leave your yarn attached, or if you want to change colors here, you can do that. So that's what I've done. Okay, so we'll chain 1, and we'll make the little tiny border. Go into that first stitch with a single crochet, and then chain 1. Go in the next stitch with a single crochet, chain 1. Go in the next stitch with a single crochet, chain 1. That's what we'll be repeating all the way across this last row. And this is what we get. It's just a little bit of a bumpiness along the border. Okay, I will see you at the chain 2 space. All right, I've put my last single crochet chain 1 in that last stitch before the chain 2 space. Okay, then we're going to go in the chain 2 space and we're going to put a single crochet chain 1, another single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in that chain 2 space, chain 1, put another single crochet in that chain 2 space, and chain 1. So that was 4 single crochets with a chain 1 after each one. And then we'll go into the next stitch with a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1 in every stitch right to the end of the row, and I'll see you there. I'm at the end of the row. I have that 1 stitch left. Just going to put 1 single crochet into that stitch, and then I'll chain 1, and then I'll cut my yarn off and weave it in. Okay, so we're done our shawl. I hope you love it as much as I love mine. So I'm just going to weave this in. Please let me know in the comments if you plan on making this shawl or you've put it in on your to-do list. And also please like. It really does help us out when you interact in ways like liking the video, commenting, definitely sharing the video to your social media, and of course subscribing. And then just cut off your yarn. And there we have it. Just a little bumpy border. Let me know what you think. What do you think? Do you love it? And there'll be pictures right after this to remind you of what the shawl looks like in a 2-weight and a 4-weight. Thanks everyone.